Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Space Weather. I'm your host Dan, aka smAsho. We are starting things out looking at the sun here, the intensitygram of the most intense object in the sky, the local yellow dwarf. Taking a look at Sunspot 2775 here. It has degraded a little bit over the past 24 hours. All of the umbrae are shrinking a little bit. Here's a colorized magnetogram, which should corroborate what I've said. And this active region in the northeast, not yet a sunspot, at least no umbrae yet visible. Let that play through one more time, as we've got plenty of stuff to cover here at the Smash News Network. Let's get into some custom Helio viewer movies. First, we're going to show you the 94 angstroms. And a close-up of Sunspot 2775. It is still beta class, as it does have two opposite polarity umbrae. Here's 304 angstroms of the same region, which does include the South Pole. No significant crown prominences. And when we say crown prominences, we mean prominences coming out of the polar region. We don't see many right now. Those are more associated with solar maximum, and we're much closer to solar minimum at the current time. Here's 171 angstroms. We'll let that play through a second time for your viewing pleasure. And allow me to enhance my face. There we go. Now my face is more see-through. And by the way, I'd like to take a moment to thank everybody, all of our pals that we've made as a result of making these daily space weather videos. Thanks everybody who tunes in regularly, views the live premieres, leaves comments, shares on your social media. We appreciate that a lot. And we never expected the channel to have even 100 subscribers, much less 1,600. 10.7 centimeter radio flux, a proxy for sunspot number, is at 73. And there is the cycle 24 graphs for both the sunspot number and the radio flux. And the 10.7 centimeter radio flux is a measurement of radio emissions from the outer corona. KP index has been quite low here over the past 3 days, only at either 1 or 0. And we don't see any solar flares or proton strikes. Real-time solar wind is pretty uneventful as well. We have seen an uptick here in the solar wind density coming off of its lows of below 3 protons per cubic centimeter, now around 1337. Yeah, nice. It's a leaped solar wind density at 1337. Solar wind speed still very low at 296 kilometers a second, having come off of its bottom 276 kilometers a second, one of the lowest we've ever reported. Current speed just under 300 kilometers a second. Here is the magnetosphere movie. We show this daily. It's 4 hours of data. And if you hear that low rumbling sound, that's the sound of the Smash Bunker, yes. We like to broadcast from the Smash Bunker. It makes me feel safe. Which, by the way, is an illusion, as you're never really safe, are you? You could be hit by a meteorite just sitting there in your recliner, couldn't you? Meteorites typically travel at 50 to 80,000 miles per hour, which is faster than the speed of sound, which means you'd have no warning if one came through your ceiling right now. Anyway, there's 4 hours of data on ground magnetic perturbations during this polar excursion. Now here at the Smash News Network, we take polar excursions very seriously, but we don't try to fearmonger and fill people's minds with lies and nonsense. Here's the GOES magnetometer. And we see quite a large range here. The scale has expanded a little bit to 130 nanotesla. Otherwise, it's fairly smooth there, and don't be surprised to see some spikiness in the upcoming day as the North Pole current sheet has accelerated its advancement. So you can see here, as I've forecasted, the North Pole current sheet shown here in green is getting very close to the Earth's potential field force line. Right at the end, you'll see it starting to snap toward Earth. And so we're expecting the polarity crossing to happen in the next, I'll say 6 hours. Keep in mind this data is 1 hour and 55 minutes old. Here's the line of sight field plot. We don't see many changes in the B field here, shown in blue. There's a little bit of a pull up here at the end, and you're going to see this a little distorted on this side in the next 24 to 36 hours, and it all has to do with that sunspot. If the sunspot degrades, you'll see less of a change. Here's the coronal field plot, and you see some anomalies here. The sun looking like it's interacting with its own South Pole coronal hole region. Keep in mind this diagram will show you coronal hole potential field force lines in purple, closed potential magnetic field force lines in pink, and open potential magnetic field force lines in black. And let's move on to the SMASH lights. We don't do it every day here at the SMASH News Network, but some days we do. It depends on how many other news stories we've got to cover. By the way, if you like the content, please press like and subscribe on YouTube. And don't forget to check out our playlists, as we don't only do the daily space weather, we also do SMASH lights, we do the SMASH News Network. There's a whole list about how Google's a scam, and 90 cosmology segment videos. Over 431 in daily space weather. YouTube.com/smAsho. Now, have you ever wondered if a website is legit or not? Head to scamvoid.net. Type in the website you want to check. Let's check smAshomash.org. And it turns out that it's legit. It's got a little low traffic volume, so why don't you head over there now, smAshomash.org, and perhaps check out our forum. Welcome to the Neo-Renaissance, by the way. And if you'd like to sign up for our sweepstakes, our October contest, it's pinned in each forum. For instance, if you click on Cosmology Forum, you will see a pinned post October contest announced. Just type in "sign me up" on the thread, and you'll be included in the drawing toward the end of the month. If you enjoy the music that we typically feature on the videos, head to soundclick.com/goldencatproductions, official music provider of the SMASH News Network. It's my record label. Let's talk about COVID. The WHO has flip-flopped on its guidelines. Yes, now they're saying, hey, stop with the lockdowns because of the economic strife that it's been causing. What's up with that? Apparently, the WHO has flip-flopped. David Nabarro. Do we really need to use lockdowns as our primary control method? It's totally ineffective and idiotic. And it's prompted me to do things like create this shirt, the very shirt that I'm wearing right now. I've survived a global pandemic. So far. What a joke. What a pathetic and infantile response mankind has had to the COVID. What a joke. Pick yours up. You can link to it at smAshomash.com, smAshomash.org. We'll redirect you. Congratulations on surviving a global pandemic. So far. What a joke. Let's talk cosmology. If you're wondering what that is, that's the most luminous, intrinsically luminous object visible from planet Earth. It's known as Deneb, the tail of the swan in the constellation Cygnus. Here are the transient X-ray outbursts from Deneb, one of the only known, if not the only known, point source for cosmic ray flux. Let's look at cosmic rays. Here is the Apatity and Barentsburg neutron monitors. And you can see Apatity is flat over the past 30 days. Barentsburg, a downtick over the past 30 days. Let's check Athens, Greece, going a little farther south. And no, cosmic ray flux is not at its all-time maximum. Here's some erroneous looking data at Athens. I would just ignore this big dip, as that represents a nearly complete shutdown, if not a complete shutdown of cosmic rays. They probably had a power outage or something. Next, going even farther south to Mexico City, to see a small uptick over the past 30 days there, and indeed over the past day. However, off its highs. And yes, you can view archival data here, and you'll find once again at Mexico City that cosmic rays are not at their modern maximum. They were at a higher level in 2010. Same with Oulu, Finland. Here's Oulu, Finland's 30-day chart, and it's flat over the past 30. Let's look at DOMC Antarctica. Similarly flat over the past 30 days. Don't take my word for it. Certainly don't take Ben Davidson's word for it, or any other hack on the internet who's claiming cosmic rays are at the highest that have ever been measured. Here at the Smash News Network, we prefer not to lie to you about it, and we prefer to burn down the lies until they burn out on their own, and people realize that they're hacks, hack fraud, scammers. We typically do stream these videos live daily to Twitch. We're surprised we only have 52 followers over there, as there's a lot of interest in things like space nowadays. It's why we've leveraged our content as we have. Twitch.tv/SmashoMash. Now, yesterday we mentioned
overreach,
because certain politicians like Tom Wolfe and Andrew Cuomo, Gretchen Whitmer, have demonstrated a massive
overreach
without giving anybody a
reach around.
Nobody's getting a reach around. All they're getting is a bunch of overreach. That has prompted me to create some more memes. Now, I've been very light on the memes this year. Check us out at twitter.com/SmashoMash. We've reintroduced the Make America Not Suck Again shirt. Hey, everybody, MANSA, it's up to you to make America not suck again. Perhaps pick one up in orange, because nothing says don't run me over or shoot me like a shirt in orange. We're also on Minds. It's minds.com/SmashoMash, and there's exclusive content there, such as our latest memes. So check it out. Here they are. By the way, again, congratulations on surviving a global pandemic. Who needs a reach around when you can have COVIDiocy and blatant corruption on one ticket? Biden-Harris 2020. Let's do a quote from Joe Biden. Listen to science, support masks, support a mask mandate nationwide, require masks in every federal building and facility, and interstate travel. Biden-Harris 2020. Just in case you thought the federal government doesn't already overreach, vote for Joe Biden for president, because he has pledged to increase federal government overreach. What a cretin. Here's the design for the shirt, by the way. We've had to redo it, and for anybody who's purchased one in gray, it's no longer offered. It's now only in orange, navy, black, blue, red, and purple. Oh, we've got it in white now also. Again, nothing says don't shoot me or run me over like a blaze orange shirt. Here are the only memes we've really made in 2020. We've been sort of not memeing very much. But here's one we made for the Washington condiments. I think they should be sponsored by Wiener Schnitzel, and that they should feature a ketchup and mustard bottle on their seal. Then they could be the Washington condiments. All the fast food manufacturers would struggle to get sponsorship for their stadium, and it seems like a brilliant idea. Please leave a comment if you like the idea of the Washington condiments. I also thought of the Washington bureaucrats, but that would be a very non-functional team. Here's the Kamala reach-around meme, as we're wondering if Kamala gave reach-arounds in order to get her office as the crooked cop DA. And here's the one where Biden is flapping his lips about how he would like to increase federal overreach by doing stuff like a nationwide mask mandate. What a COVIDiot. Make sure you vote COVIDiocy and blatant corruption for Biden-Harris 2020. What a pathetic, putrid excuse for governance. By the way, we're also on BitChute. It's bitchute.com/SmashoMash. There's exclusive content there, such as when a YouTube video gets demonetized, we just take it down and set it to private and don't allow anybody to see it or search for it on YouTube. We just put it on BitChute. So there's exclusive content there if you'd like to see that. BitChute.com/SmashoMash. And again, if you like the content on YouTube, please press like and subscribe. Share on your social media. Tell your friends, foes, science noobs, and science pros. Tell your project managers that nothing is good, fast, and cheap. If you want something good and fast, it's going to be expensive. If you want something fast and cheap, it's going to be bad. And if you want something good and cheap, it's going to be slow. There is nothing in the universe that ends up in the middle, good, fast, and cheap. Tell your boss, and if your boss has a brain, your boss is going to know that the boss's boss knows about project management. And here ends another episode of the Smash Light, a feature of the Smash News Network. Let's get back to space data. Let's look at electron flux. And this is just a diagram of the Van Allen belts from NASA, showing you where GPS satellites are located in respect to places like the International Space Station, which orbits at only about 230 miles. Here's the 1-year graph of the electron flux, and we're in a normal range now. We don't see charging hazards. Here's the forecast. We're expecting even lower levels according to the NOAA forecast. Here's the 3-day chart, and we see the electron flux did crater at midnight local time for the satellites. That's what the N's and M's mean. That's noon local time for the satellites. So we're seeing a little bit of a decrease here, a ramp down in the electron flux. No arguments there. We're seeing a little bit of an anomalous situation here in where the electron belts are located. Here's a visualization of the total air column. We call it the total electron content forecast. And again, this is a little anomalous here. We're seeing some oddities here, some high electron flux at nighttime, as well as some high levels of electron flux there over northern Canada and even over the US at sort of odd places. Next, we're going to look at just one slice of the atmosphere instead of the whole thing. It's just the ionosphere layer, and this is looking anomalous as well. And I'm not sure exactly how this figures into earthquake forecasting, but for all you earthquake forecasting nerds out there, this represents ionospheric anomalies. You can view this data yourself at Australian Government Bureau of Meteorology. It's the ionospheric map, and you can put in difference images in here and stuff, as well as anomaly images. We just show the full day data every day. For those of you who understand the physics or purport to understand the physics, perhaps this helps. And there's the latest image. It's quite anomalous here, heavily charged up south of the equator, as well as at nighttime. I always like to know what's going on above my head. That's why I use in-the-sky.org. I face my star chart to the south. Since I'm facing to the south, if you're up before dawn, you may see the moon, Mars, and Venus all at once. Here's where they are from a solar system perspective. There's where they'll be in a week, and I'm excited about the next new moon, my favorite phase. Let's look at earthquakes. And I would say if you're in these zones, folks, have an earthquake plan, because we're still experiencing a lull of 7, 8, and 9 magnitude earthquakes. So if you're sort of in those regions, I would have a plan to be an asset, not a liability. When building facades start to fall, if you can't even afford a bug-out bag, go outside and figure out which buildings may fall down. And don't be under those if you evacuate yours because of shaking. Let's see what deep earthquakes have happened. Here's a 4.7 in Indonesia. By the way, Eddie Dawkins, please do not do any deadlifts without warning the rest of the island. Eddie Dawkins claims he was responsible by dropping his deadlift for that deep quake in the middle of the North Island of New Zealand. Here's a deep quake at Afghanistan, and we've seen quite a few there over the past, indeed, months. Largest of the past 24, looks like it might be this 5.7 at Easter Island. Let's continue up the list and find out. Here's a deep quake at Argentina, and Western South America has shown many deep quakes. A small deep quake at Alaska, a deep quake at Nicaragua at a 4.5 magnitude, deep quake at Japan at a 5.1 magnitude, deep quake at Chile at a 4.3 magnitude. And last but not least, coming in as I got out of bed, a 5.1 at San Carlos, Guatemala. It's at 100.5 kilometers depth, that one coming in at 6:06 Universal Time. Actually, I was still in bed by then. And the volcano rundown, we see a little bit of a lull in volcanoes here. No volcanic ash observed in Popocatépetl satellite imagery. Sangay is exploding, producing a 21,000-foot ash plume. Revenador, volcanic ash not observed in satellite. Please don't build a campsite on the lower slopes. And Sabancay is producing intermittent emissions. Please don't attempt to pole vault the caldera. Let's do some value-added services. Power outages still striking Louisiana back up to 199,000. I heard reports that they were as high as 600,000. We hope things are being rebuilt there again. What do we have here? We've got some storm warnings off of the Pacific coast. Anyway, there's your weather.gov map. I'm not going to continue to try to explain it. Here's the water vapor maps for Africa and Europe. Shout out to our viewers from those locales. Water vapor maps for the Far East and Oceania. As here at the Smash News Network, we like our value-added services because we like our viewers. And next we're going to do a water vapor map for the Americas. There are those data. And this is all part of the NASA GOES Interactive Weather Satellite Suite. It's my personal favorite. Next, going to nullschool.net to look at jet streams. There are the Eastern world's jets. Here are the Western world's jet streams. Once again, some classic textbook meridional jet stream flow. When you see the jet stream blowing north and south instead of west to east, well, that's anomalous. And it looks like there are going to be some cold days here in places like San Diego. A cold day in San Diego. That's my forecast for you. Next, looking at pressure cells, we're going to advance this to where it will be tomorrow at noon. There's where we expect pressure to be tomorrow at noon. Nothing too exciting going on there. We still do see extreme lightning happening here. I like to use lightningmaps.org. And there's quite a lot of lightning here. Some to the western portion of the Great Lakes. Lightning Mapper's acting weird. I'm not going to show it. Here is the U.S. Doppler radar map, and we see some heavy storms just striking Lake Superior right now. If you're on a boat on Lake Superior, it may be becoming a little dangerous out there. And for those of you not aware, the Great Lakes Triangle is orders of magnitude more dangerous than the Bermuda Triangle. There are lots of ships on the bottom of those Great Lakes. It all has to do with the inlets and pressure gradients and massive waves being formed as a result of inlets. Some snow falling in Wyoming and Montana as well. Here's a cloud layer. Even though it's dark, we can still see it using the shortwave radiation map. And we're going to zoom in on the corner of Lake Superior here to show our viewers from those areas what's going on with their weather, as we've got quite a few viewers from the north central region of the U.S. There's a water vapor situation. It looks like it's moving to the northeast, and it's getting a little bit of a push from all this dry, massive air trailing that atmospheric pond. And I'm going to actually view in the mid-Atlantic states once again today. Since we're getting rain in Pennsylvania, and I'm wondering when it will clear out, it looks like it's on its way out, as there's some dry, massive air pushing it to the east as well. Shout out to our viewers from the mid-Atlantic states. Shout out to our patrons, the true source of funding for content here at the Smash News Network. And let me just break out the chat here in case anybody's left any comments. If we do have comments, we will read them. Just bear with me one moment, it's loading. And we don't see any comments. It's pretty early. Please leave a comment. Tell us your location, if you're a new viewer, etc. Again, thanks to our patrons, a true source of funding for the content. Please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/smashamash. You will receive benefits and patrons. Don't worry, we're not neglecting you. We just haven't been posting a lot of stuff lately. Super busy, super underpaid, super overworked. Smash staff and I are here. We've added some new products here at the affiliate link. It's smashamash.com/affiliate. The latest one is Super Mario 3-pair athletic socks. You can get a Mario sock, a Luigi sock, and they're all pairs. It's 6 socks total. Invulnerability Star Luigi and Mario socks. That's our latest item. And if you know any cyclists are fairly obsessed with socks, especially team riders who have to wear team gear, especially during racing. The socks are one place where we can exercise our fashion sense. We've got Coleman's Mustard there now too, by the way. smAshomash.com/affiliate for a convenient shopping list for a bunch of products that I personally use and endorse. Thanks to the Smash team. Allow me to vanish and give you a recommendation. If you head to smAshomash.org, it'll redirect you to smAshomash.com. If you click on the smAsho store, you'll be sent to our Teespring shop. And we've recently reintroduced the MANSA shirt. The listing was down, now it's back up because reasons. I have no idea why. Anyway, thanks for flying, American Smashways. Please keep your head and arms inside the Smash plane at all times, because we've got bonus features. We're going to show you the 193 angstroms view. We're going to show you the intensitygram and the colorized magnetogram to show you the latest state of affairs for this rising active region. Looks like a plage so far. No indication there'd be a sunspot there. Here's sunspot 2755. And that leading umbra has indeed degraded further as we did show prep. Here's the intensitygram. And I just refreshed that, so don't worry about that. And there still is a significant umbra out there, perhaps being covered up by the opposing magnetic field that's surrounding it. And it's another cycle 25 sunspot. And if you've got comments to send directly to the sun, leave them in the comments below the video. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Neo Renaissance. Visit our links, smAshomash.org, smAshomash.com. Interact with us on social media. Share with your friends and foes, science noobs and science pros. And may that solar wind be at your back, and that covidiously absent from your universe.